Yo, what's good, roomies? Welcome back to Roomie Diaries, presented by the Shade Room. I'm your host, NLE Choppa, and we here for a good time, good vibe, and we're gonna keep it 100. We've got Vic Mensa, straight from Chicago. How you feeling, my man?
Blessed, man. How
good, good. Hey, listen, today we're gonna do something a little bit different, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about the stigma of sex, you know what I'm saying, and relationships and dating.
Yeah.
And by the way, speaking of keeping it 100, make sure you stick around because we're gonna be playing a special edition, a little game we play here called Keeping It 100. You feel me? All right, Vic. To kick things off, we gotta do a little bit of an icebreaker. What do you feel is the biggest misconception about sex that you had to learn to not be true?
Well, I think when I was a shorty, I just didn't know how to put on a rubber. You know what I'm saying?
For real?
I kept putting it on wrong, backwards, and I'm like, why does she keep getting pregnant? No, she ain't getting pregnant for real though. But like, I definitely had to get a plan B like the first 5 times I had sex.
What'd you put it on?
I was
sideways?
too thirsty. I put it on backwards. I was too thirsty. I was like,
Put it out, tied it in a knot.
I'm like, yo, wait, it won't stay on.
You know, it's funny you say that because my mother actually said when I was around the age of 7, we was watching a movie together and one of the guys in the movie said something about a condom and I bust out laughing. She was like, the hell you know about a condom at 7? And I was like, I know a lot about a condom. I pretty much showed her like how to unravel it and walked her through it. I don't know how I knew that at 7, but
It was advanced.
I don't know.
It was advanced.
I ain't used one at 7 either, so I ain't understand how I knew either. But hey.
See, when I was a shorty too, I think I remember thinking like, you just like fall up in some, like I didn't even know you position yourself. You know what I mean? I just thought you like
type shit, skydiving. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't even know that women have vaginas. I thought you supposed to go in the booty hole, but hey, that's a different question for a different day. No, when I was a kid, there's some kids. Anyway, hey, listen, we're gonna move on. Do you think social media has changed the way we approach dating?
Yeah, for sure, because everything's on the app. You know what I mean? It's just sliding in a DM. It's like, I like how the shorties have changed it to Riz.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because Riz feel a little bit more player-like. Game is like intentionally misleading. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Riz is kind of like, that's naturally what a got. But I also feel like social media has removed some of that because it'd be like, you won't even holler at her when you see it because you'd be like, man, I could just hit her on Instagram afterwards.
Type.
Like, that's not how you do it.
I think the most important thing is about keeping it confident. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to holler at a woman because of the social media age, I think it's just all about approaching her with confidence in person. You know, I think a lot of people don't know how to holler at someone in person, you know? They might just don't know. What are some common misconceptions about dating in 2024?
I feel like people haven't changed, you know what I'm saying? Like men and women, you know what I mean? We interact the same, but I do think that social media has like changed how we see each other. Maybe like people got a lot of misconceptions about themselves, like standards of beauty, I think are a common misconception in 2024. That like a woman has to be, you know, this plastic surgery image, you know, in order to be beautiful. Like that's a huge misconception. Or that men only like women with a BBL or something like that. Not to obviously shame anybody with it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm with it, I'm not with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
However it go, you know, but that it needs to be like that for a woman to be desirable, I think that's a misconception.
I think you hit it right on the nose because I'm still the person that's grateful for them stretch marks. You feel me?
True.
They call it the road map. You feel me? Get to read it. They go to go. You feel me? So I think that's huge. You know what I'm saying? People living in a society to where we're trying to be deemed as perfect, and you know God don't even want you perfect. He just wants you as you. In your experience, how comfortable do you think people are with discussing their sexual health with partners. Why do you think that is?
Probably not very comfortable. I mean, I've honestly heard some horror stories of women telling men about their sexual health and men just like weaponizing it against them, you know?
In what way, to be
Like,
specific?
I've heard some wild stories of women telling men their sexual health and men like weaponizing it against them in a way, you know, being like, you lucky I'm even with you. You should take what you could get, you know, because of the status of your sexual health. And I just, you know, I thought that was cruel. So I imagine a lot of women probably just don't even tell about that, you know.
Yeah. And what are some ways to break the ice when you're talking about it with a partner, you feel?
Hennessy, that's how you breaking the ice. 100%.
Putting some shit on the ice, you feel me? Break the ice by putting it on the ice. What do you think is the biggest cap about love and sex that people still believe in today?
I think like a age-old human cap is that like the perfect love relationship is what's gonna make your life ideal, you know? Like you gotta work on yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody else can save you.
Yeah.
Like that's
1,000.
That's a cap people believe, you know what I mean? I get
That somebody's gonna be the hero for
this
that
person
story.
is gonna be the one that's gonna save me, make my life all right. Like you gotta be cool with you know what I'm saying?
What's one piece of advice you would give to someone who is dating multiple people?
Man, just have a long passcode, like, you know, with the 8 numbers, you know what I mean? When them first came out, though, I do remember feeling like, man, if I set my to this 8-number passcode, my girl gonna think something's up, you know? Because it used to be just 4.
Yeah.
You feel me? You come with the overlong passcode. No, I mean, honestly, probably the best advice would be like, to be honest, you know? That's the most difficult thing to do, but that's the right thing to do.
At what point do you ask someone if they are hooking up with other people? Like when do you ask that?
When you keep seeing that same Charger outside of her house, type that same Challenger smoked out. No, I mean I've never asked that question.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know at what point. I think if you do see like an unmarked Charger showing up outside her house though.
Yeah. Or just like
for the street.
Yeah, man. I feel like I'm always in rhythm. So like
you gotta know what's going on. Yeah.
Like if I just in the simplest form, if I text you at 5:30 and you don't text me by 5:35, you cheating. What the else is you doing within the span of 5? Let's be honest. Let's be honest.
I can't call it. I ain't never asked that question for real, cause I just don't ask women about other like
man.
Just as a full policy. I'm like, I just don't really think it's P for me to ask you about other niggas. And I just think I'm that, I know I'm that, so I don't really ever concern with like, you know.
It's also a good protection of peace because you feel me, if you trying
it would hurt.
It would hurt, but also I feel like it's draining to keep trying to think like, you know, is she only with me or you know what I'm saying, all those things, you know, it's kind of draining.
Man, you know what's something that like can be a hard pill to swallow, but something that you just also gotta realize is that like no person will ever belong to you, you know? And I think get caught in that trap.
1,000%.
Like, I ain't been with this girl for 5 years, but like she belongs to me, you know? And it's like, if you can let that go and just appreciate somebody, love somebody, understanding that they are their own person with their own agency and volition, and like you'll free yourself of a lot of shit.
You hit it right on the nose. I feel like a lot of people have a hard time understanding that as well. I feel like once it gets to a point to where you're making the person you're with some sort of property, that's when it gets like out of whack, and because it's unnatural. You know what I'm saying? It's very unnatural. You know, I like to watch mammals and animals and how they are in their own nature. Like it's never, they ain't texting. They ain't with one. Oh, they like, you feel me? I watch bears, dolphins,
No, for real. No,
lions.
a lot of animals are not monogamous. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know, I mean, a lot of species of animals, the men are the ones kind of roaming around, which should probably end a conversation that women want to be having. You know what I mean? But you know,
When you look
I
up
ain't
the,
gonna get into that.
what do you consider green flags in dating? What is something a girl does that has you even more into her?
No judgment, obviously, on like having sex on the first night, because that could go right too.
It could. It could.
But it could be a good decision for you to not give it up.
Yeah.
It could definitely be a good decision, because something in my brain sometimes, you know, it'd be like, she calling me, but I'm not answering. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you think it's a green flag if she give it up?
No, I think it could be a green flag for her to withhold it. It's valuable.
So it's a yellow light.
It's valuable, ultimately. You know what I mean? I think it's a green flag to treat your body with respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to care about your body. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a green flag.
I had a girl like, you know, when it'd be funny because I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a person that's like, don't get me wrong, like if I'm with you, I wanna, you know, get intimate. It's like, you know, but I've had some women that'll come around and, you know, they think like, oh, he get it. So like I'm gonna not give it to him the first date. And they'll lay up and then you know, you get to rubbing on them talking and they won't really give it up and they'll be on some shit like, oh, you thought you was getting some huh? And I'd be on some, I'm like, bro, on the real, I'm a grateful person. Like I show gratitude. I'd be like, you know, I'm just grateful with your presence for real, man. It'll blow them all the way off because I'd be chilling. I'd go to sleep, lay up, cuddle, whatever.
That'll always be me. I just be like, I try not to go through life with expectations, particularly. Yeah. I just try to take situations as they are. But it could go too far. But actually, she was making a good decision now that I think about it, you know, because I remember one time I was you know, vibing with this woman and like, then she was telling me about how the last nigga she was with, she made him wait a year, you know. I was like, yo,
what?
A year? And I faded like that meme with that nigga, you know what I mean, into the bushes, you know, but that was probably what she needed me to do, no doubt. I don't think that probably was the plan for me, but that was probably just like a real ill, like a Pokemon defense, you know? Like, I'm gonna tell this make him wait a year to get some just, you feel me, see what he do. Exactly. I start counting how many days is in a year.
I would have said, you know, magic. She was like, no, well, I do. I would have disappeared on that. You just would have seen smoke coming from under the mattress. I want to follow up with that question, bro. Do you think a red flag can be turned into a green flag? If so, give me an example.
One time my homie was telling me, this was one of the most crucial red flags I think I ever heard. She did end up being wild, but I remember he was saying the first time he ever really kicked it with her, she was like, I want to know how I feel to back door. And I'm like, you never with this bitch after she said that is crazy. Yo. And no, she ended up wilding on him. That could never have been turned into.
Wait, she ended up wilding on him in what way?
I don't remember exactly.
By people that don't know what backdoor mean. Backdoor mean to set up your partner or just to set up a person in general that you're supposed to be cool with. So it's like, let's just say I know you for 10 years and then we go into the crib one night and you just have a thrill to want to backdoor me. And as I go to sleep, I wake up, you gone, and there's a pistol in my face.
That was a red flag. I don't think that could turn green.
How do you feel the stigma around sexual health affects people's relationship?
I think sex is so important to a relationship, you know what I'm saying? So feeling maybe an aversion to speaking about your sexual health probably impede someone's ability to be honest, you know? You can't really have a relationship without honesty or some level of vulnerability.
What is a stigma of your sexual health that you would be vulnerable with sharing with a partner?
I feel like I try to be very vulnerable, like, you know, with my partner. And when we met early on, you know what I mean? Just to be honest about like my past and the things I'm working through, you know, like I was in the 12-step. I mean, sometimes I'm still in a 12-step program, you know what I mean? Like for sex and love addicts, you know what I'm saying? So I try to be honest about it. But I think it also just depends, like, you know, my lady, like, I knew we had a significant, genuine connection when we first met. I wouldn't probably share that with everybody, you know?
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't be like a chatterbox like that. But if it's a real relationship or something that I can tell is like of substance, then, you know, I'll be honest.
1,000. How do you balance fun while being safe when it comes to casual relationships?
Pull out, you know, don't be knowing when to pull out. I've never understood that. It's like...
It's easy. It's very simple. If you feel it coming, bag the back. See Steph Curry do all the step backs. Still don't know how to step back.
I swear to God, a step back is so necessary. Be like, it felt too good. Like, fam, you gotta, you know, have some discernment because be shooting up any club, any and every club. But you really gotta wrap it up though. Safe sex is great sex. So you better wear latex.
What are the pros and cons of a toxic relationship?
I would say the pros are for you to learn what you can't tolerate. You know what I mean? And the cons is just the trauma that you incur by being in a toxic relationship. And also, a toxic relationship is a two-way street. So a toxic relationship can teach you a lot about yourself. Teach you places
about what you tolerate.
And just what you don't want to do. You know what I mean? Ways that you don't want to be, like areas that you need to grow. You know, I think for me, that's, you know, my most toxic relationships was really like an opportunity for me to realize what things did I do that made this relationship become so toxic? How did I impact this person to the point where they tweaking with me like this?
That's a great thing. That goes back to accountability. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful thing that you just spoke on. I feel like it's not even a man or a woman thing. I think it's a good balance of both. Like we always have that finger point thing, and it goes back even further to like the second question you answered, I believe. No one is gonna pull you out of the hole but you. You gotta climb out of it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think the pros of a toxic relationship is the knowledge you gain from it. I feel like a lot of people are repeat offenders to being this. And, you know, I feel like I'm a repeat offender to certain things that's similar, but it gets better every time. So I'd be like, okay, this situation is different here. So, you know,
that's how you know you've grown.
You've grown.
I mean? And honestly, yeah, a toxic relationship could definitely lead to growth.
Yeah, man. Why do you think it's so hard for people to leave a situation or a person they know is toxic? Great question.
Why is it so hard for people to leave a toxic situation or a person? I mean, love distorts perception, you know? You being in love, it's literal chemical imbalance. And a lot of us have a tendency to codependence, you know, which is very similar to what we spoke about at the beginning, just feeling like you need this other person in order for you to be okay. But I'm always like telling myself and people in my life that like, until I'm all right with myself, I'm not actually going to be able to treat you right. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be able to be all right.
And let's be honest, Vic, when are we ever 100% all right?
Right.
And that goes back to the point where I'm trying to make, like, is it natural for man and woman to walk life together
in perpetuity?
Now it's time to put ourselves in the hot seat to see if we know what we talking about with a special edition of Keeping It 100. Here's how it goes. I'm going to throw out some facts about sex and dating, and we're going to see is it cap or no cap. Cap or no cap. You shouldn't have sex after the first date.
Cap.
Cap or no cap. Meeting the family means you're official.
No doubt.
Cap or no cap. If a guy takes longer than 5 hours to respond, they aren't interested.
That's cap.
Cap. Cap or no cap. Men should always pay for the first date.
No cap.
No cap. No cap. I think they should pay for I think we should pay for every date except our birthday.
I pay for my birthday too. I don't know. I'm not even.
I'm saying just a small exception. If my birthday, I ain't paying on my birthday. All right. You paying? I mean, Black Queen, you paying for this? Cap or no cap? You should date multiple people at the same time until it's official.
No cap.
No cap.
No cap.
But by date,
because I done definitely had a girl tell me, I cut off all my hoes for you. And I'm like, why did you do that? Like, where they at,
right? Who told you to do that? All right, cap or no cap? Love at first sight is real.
No cap.
I don't know, man. I feel lust at first sight be more than love at first sight.
You ain't never been right though? You ain't never like, for me, I feel like I could see, like when I, first saw my girl, I was like, I feel like I could love you. Not that I love you just the moment I saw you, but I could love you. Whereas something else, I might feel like I could do something else with you, but it might not, necessarily transpire in a love capacity.
That's fair. I view some people with love at first sight, but it just didn't turn out that we was in love.
Mm. You got time.
I know. Everybody keeps saying that. Get the buzz out crying. Nah, but I'm gonna say no cap. I believe in love at first sight. I'm gonna see it. Cap or no cap? You can fall in love with someone without meeting them in person.
No cap. You ever had a friend in jail? You gonna fall in love with her the moment she called him. if she pick up the phone more than 2 times, he in love.
Cap or no cap? If they don't post you on social media, they're hiding you.
That's cap.
Cap. Private life, a happy life.
No, that's cap.
Cap or no cap? Dating apps ruin real relationships.
Dating apps, I mean, I don't know. They be on the commercials looking like they got in a real relationship off Tinder.
For real.
I believe them. I think it's possible. I definitely think it's possible.
I knew it was possible once I found this white guy. He met his wife on blackpeoplemeet.com. Cap or no cap? Long distance relationships never work.
That's cap. It never worked for me.
Cheers.
I think it'll work for somebody though.
See, I don't know if it be sometimes the devil trying to play with your happiness or is God just trying to show you something real. But me personally, just hypothetically speaking, if you live miles away from me, states away from me, and I have a dream one night, you getting your back blown out, I'm gonna wake up and it's over.
A dream?
A dream, like you don't have dreams? I be having dreams.
I have dreams, but like that's not what be happening in my dreams. Like,
man, listen.
My girl wake up with dreams though, like you was doing something in the dream, mad at me though. That had happened before.
Listen, them dreams, they'll tell you something now, man. Okay, cap or no cap? Exes can stay friends after a breakup.
I think that's no cap.
That's no cap.
That's no cap.
If the time heals.
If you could be, mature enough, and if it's a cool breakup, I don't know. I'm not friends with none of my exes though, but
Cap or no cap, it's okay to go someone if there's no connection.
no cap.
No cap.
I'm disappearing quick.
Danny Phantom. You feel me? Cap or no cap, people can change for the right relationship.
No cap.
No cap.
100%.
Cap or no cap, it's okay to ask someone their body count.
They gonna lie. I think they gonna lie. I don't never believe that shit. I also don't ask, but if the information is offered up to me, I never could take it at face value.
Cap or no cap, sex can increase creativity.
No cap.
Yeah. Cap or no cap, young people have the best sex.
No cap.
Cap or no cap, using 2 condoms at once provides extra protection.
Cap.
Cap or no cap, you could get pregnant from pre-com.
No cap.
Cap or no cap, all sexually transmitted diseases can be cured.
Cap.
Cap or no cap, emergency contraception is only effective the morning after sex.
That's cap.
Cap.
That's big cap.
Cap or no cap, women have longer orgasms than men.
No cap.
No cap. Cap or no cap, sex can boost your immune system, relieve pain systems, and help you sleep better.
No cap.
No cap. Hey, cap or no cap, you can catch an STD from a toilet seat.
Oh, that's the age old fear. I'm gonna say no cap because I feel like you could probably just catch that any which type of way.
It say cap.
That's cap?
I think
Okay.
it's no cap. Cap or no cap, latex condoms are effective against most STDs.
No cap.
No cap. Cap or no cap, oral sex is completely safe and carries no risk of STDs.
That's cap.
Fiction. Cap or no cap, lubricants can reduce the chance of a condom breakage.
No cap.
No cap. The most common way to spread an STD is not knowing you have one.
No cap.
No cap. Cap or no cap, fetishes are considered a mental illness.
That sound like cap.
That's cap.
That's cap, bro.
Cap or no cap, cheating once is a deal breaker.
I think that's cap.
Cap.
Everybody.
Everybody fuck up. And everyone deserves an infinity chance. All right, roomies, that's a wrap for today's episode. Listen, man, I genuinely appreciate y'all for rolling with us. I want to give a big thank you to my man, Vic Mensa, for joining us today, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Love.
It was a pleasure. And remember, we want to hear from you. Hit us up on socials using hashtag Roomie Diaries so we can keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay safe out there, roomies.